everybody. Welcome to Bella Fountain TV. As you join us, please remember to like the video and share the video so we can get more people to join us and we can have a great conversation. So I'm just going to try and share the video so we can get more people to join us and we can have an interesting conversation as always. So for my new subscribers, I want to thank you all so much. You're very much welcome. Please remember, when you subscribe, turn on your notification bell so whenever I upload a video or I go live, you will not miss a thing. And for my returning subscribers, thank you all so much. You guys know your girl is always grateful and I appreciate you guys always. Most beautiful, hi sis, welcome. How are you today? Happy Holy Week if you're a Christian. Happy Holy Week. Please remember to share the video and like the video. I'm just trying to share, guys. I will share on Facebook and get to some people and then we can kickstart the program. Happy to see you too, most beautiful. Okay. Welcome. I can see 3 persons. Please remember to like the video as you come in. I can see 3 persons watching. I see 1 like. Please like and share, please. Okay. Pretty. Hi, sis. Welcome. I hope you're doing okay today. Welcome to the Bella House, sis. I'm just trying to share, guys. As you come in, like and share, please. Just give me a minute. I'm going to share and we can start the show. Okay. Almost done and we can start. Hello. Hi, everybody. Okay. And I think we are going to... Good, that's done. Perfect. Let me see who's here. Okay. Pretty and most beautiful, my lovely sisters. You all are welcome to the Bella Fountain House. Hi, Ivy Love. Welcome, sis. Welcome. Happy Holy Week for all my Christian brothers and sisters in the Bella House. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining us and sticking around once again. Please remember, each and every one of you, your feedback, your comments, your contribution is very much welcome, and don't feel that any contribution is useless or is not valuable. I value every single one of you, your feedback that you've given me so far, so I take those seriously. So thank you. So keep those coming. So before I actually start today's topic, I just want to bring our attention to late Sister Osinachi's situation. So in the wake of her death, so many conversation is actually sparked so many conversations, and we are still talking about it, and we get new updates coming up every single day. But there's only one thing I can say, honestly, there's only one thing I can say to all of us, brothers and sisters, anyone watching me, please, whatever it is, look out for the signs of domestic violence or domestic abuse. Please, if you really love someone, you will do everything in your power if you realize that they're going through any form of abuse, you do everything in your power to get them out of that situation. Because if we do that, we will save so many lives. So many lives. Don't say you did everything. No, do everything humanly possible. If you can't do it single-handedly, get help from some other person to help that person who is in an abusive relationship. Because when you think of it, see the number of people who knew about Sister Osinachi's abuse, or the abuse she was going through in her matrimonial home. But because it's almost like they swore to secrecy that they were not going to tell anyone, they were quiet, and now they are speaking up. And you're speaking up when she's already dead. That's not helping matters at all. So I'm calling on all our brothers and sisters. Claudia B, welcome, sis. Please like the video as you come in. Don't forget to share as well. So I'm actually calling on all my brothers and sisters watching me today to please, if you know it, if you've seen it, speak up and save a life. Because trust me, if you don't speak up and this person dies, there's no point coming to say, oh, I knew it, but she said I shouldn't say it. Because you're just as guilty as the abuser or the perpetrator. Okay, so we have so many people to blame. I know they say there's no point for a blame game because she's already dead. Yes, we should, because we need to rectify this issue so that it doesn't happen again. If you know of anybody going through abuse, speak up, seek help, do everything humanly possible to help those persons so that they don't end up like Sister Osinachi. It's very, very important. It is painful. It's painful, honestly. It's painful, pretty, it's painful. And that's why we need to talk about it and keep encouraging people not to feel like it's not their problem. You don't want to get involved in people's matrimonial issues. But no, when it comes to life and death situation, you have to be involved. You need to go and help and try everything in your power to save a life. As you guys can see, so many people talking about the friend who was aware, the twin sister who was aware, and this person who was aware. And this doesn't help. If those people came together and sought the necessary help, I'm sure she would have been alive. I'm sure she would have still been with us today. So please, if you see anything, say it and get the necessary help that's needed for that person who's experiencing any form of abuse. Okay. So without further ado, I'm just going to go straight into our topic for today. As you've all seen it, so it's all about unhealthy competition. Okay, today's topic is about unhealthy competition, and there is this popular phrase, I'm sure you guys have known, that the movies like that. I think there's a movie that's actually titled in that manner, Keeping Up with the Joneses. It's a common English phrase. Okay, so basically saying you want to be like your neighbor or the person next door. Everything they do, you want to be like them and copy every little thing that they do. And that's unhealthy. Okay, so that brings us to today's topic of unhealthy competition. And like I said, if not all my topics are influenced by my experiences or experience of people that I know or current situations happening in our society or community. So hence this topic. Now, we all make a living through different means, okay? We make our living, we earn our keep through different means, be it legal, be it illegal, okay? And so we cannot, looking from the outside, if you're, an outside person, looking from the outside, want to be at the same financial level as your neighbor or as that friend or that colleague at all cost, because that's the issue. Don't get me wrong, competition is very good. Healthy competition is very good, because when the competition is healthy, it's all about you wanting to improve yourself, utilize your potential to improve yourself, to improve on yourself. That's healthy competition. But unhealthy is when you want to do all in your power, regardless of what it takes, to challenge some person who you feel is above you. Okay, be it financially, be it physically. So this competition can go either way. Okay, but in this case, we're going to focus more on the financial side. right? So you can't just sit from the outside and look at the person and think, oh, they're very rich, I have to be like this person, I must be like this person. Okay, because you really don't know what those people are doing or what kind of activities they've embarked on to be able to amass their wealth. And when I think about us in the diaspora, if you can agree with me, when we go home, the peak periods where we go home, like on holidays, right? You have so many bushfallers, people from the diaspora visiting back home, going to see their family members. And it's a time where we are all celebrating, spending more than we would normally spend. But there are others who spend way more than the normal person would. Okay, there's some people who are just extraordinarily how can I say, they just spend frivolously without actually even thinking twice. Okay, they spend excessively without thinking twice. And so it's almost like you have two types of bushfallers. Okay, you have you have the bushfallers who are very frugal, and they know how they've struggled to earn their money. They know how expensive it is with cost of living. So when they go home, they are careful on how much they spend or what they spend on. And then you have this other types of bushfallers where they know where they've gotten their money from, and they're spending carelessly. You see people spending hundreds of thousands of francs. Sorry, we're talking about back home, spending hundreds and thousands of francs CFA on drinks, on unnecessary things. Okay, and then for you who is frugal, the other bushfaller who is very frugal, and you're making sure you don't spend unnecessarily, people look at you as if you're stingy. They'll start say Japanese handbrakes, the person, why we say the other person can bush, it is spend money so and so, why the other person is spend money so and so. That's because we all know where we make our money, how we make our money, and how we hustle or how we struggle. Okay, so that's just to tell you the perception of people when it comes to money, comparing with each other. And it's the little things like that brings in this unhealthy competition amongst ourselves. Right. So I'll give you a little example. I'll give you a little example. So a family friend, a family friend actually invited his mom over. Okay. We're going to make the show. I always try and keep the show to like 1 hour, maximum an hour and a half. So a healthy friend, a friend actually invited the mother from Cameroon to the UK to spend some time, as some of us do, to bring our parents here just to treat them or for them to get a rest. So the mom came, obviously, she enjoyed her time. The son would take her out for shopping or for lunch or for dinner. And so from time to time, he would go to the cash machine or the ATM, like some people call it, to get money out of the cash machine or the ATM. And obviously the mom was watching as he was doing all these financial transactions. So then she returned home. I'm laughing because the story is very funny. By the way, I'm going to be sipping on my champers because today is my brother-in-law's birthday. So and we are celebrating his birthday. So happy birthday to my brother-in-law. So that's why I have a glass of champers with me. So join me to celebrate him. So yeah, so the mom eventually went back home. When she went home, I'm just narrating the story just to tell you the perception of people when it comes to wealth. So when she returned home, she was telling her neighbors and her friends of how there's so much money in England, in Europe, in the white man's land. Excuse me. She said, there's so much money in the white man's land. There's money everywhere. People queue and they just queue in front of a wall, and the wall is just dispensing money. That the money that you have to queue, and then you just dispense, the wall dispenses money, and people just collect the money. So to this mother, she thinks the money is free. Okay, and that's the information she's giving out when she's returned back to Cameroon. And people think we have so much money here in the diaspora without knowing. So the son had to correct her to say, no, mom, you have to put money in the bank. So in that building where I get the money from, you need to put money in there to be able to take it out. Okay, so that's just to tell you people's perception when it comes to money. So people think it's so easy to get the money, and people don't understand how people, the means in which others amass their wealth. And if you realize, most people who actually engage themselves in unhealthy competition are people who are lacking in gratitude. Okay, there are people who are lacking in gratitude, because if you are actually grateful with the little you have, okay, it doesn't matter if you amass it or amass financial stability or status so quickly or rapidly. Okay, you would wish to improve your economic power, but you're happy with what you have and hoping that you will get more. That's for somebody who is actually exhibiting the tendency or attitude of gratitude. But for those who are very ungrateful, who don't see any reason, like they have nothing in life, they don't see or appreciate the little that they have. And obviously, if you can't appreciate the little that you have, you will not be able to appreciate, even if you have the world, you will not be able to appreciate that. Okay, so, and that's why the people who embark on a healthy competition will do anything within their power to want to compete. And it's very often, it's only about societal status. Societal status. Hi, Lady V. Welcome, darling. Welcome to the Bella House. So today we're talking about healthy competition, darling. I've literally just introduced the topic. Hi, FGO. Welcome, sisters. Welcome, welcome. Happy Holy Week. I hope you're doing okay. So very often, the people who actually engage themselves in unhealthy competition are people who just want to prove a point among their friends or their family members or the community in which they are living in, you know. Hatch you too, Claudia B. Those are people, welcome, darling, welcome. It's more of a status thing, okay? It's more of a status thing. So it's not about improving themselves, but trying to prove a point, almost like I want to pepper them. Is that pepper them mentality, the people who are always involved in unhealthy competition. And the dangers are very visible when it comes to unhealthy competition, okay? Because when you are thinking of challenging somebody by all means possible, regardless of the cost, okay, regardless of what it's going to cost you, you are very prone to actually making very unwise decisions, okay, unwise decision. And evidence has shown that years over years over years over years, okay, people have actually engaged themselves or embark on very dangerous adventures just because they want to pepper them down, just because they want to challenge, or they want to keep up with the neighbor, or they want to actually show people that they've arrived, they can also make a name for themselves. Okay, and some of this, we're going to discuss some of these activities or ventures that people actually embark on just because they want to compete with others. And it's needless to say, they are always very dangerous adventures. Okay, so the first point that we think point that we'll make here will be prostitution. Prostitution is the most common one, okay? And when I say prostitution, it doesn't only go for the women, okay? It's for both men and women. It's for both men and women. Prostitution is not just for women, it's for both men and women, okay? So people sell their body because they want to make money at all costs, just to maintain a certain lifestyle among their peers or in their society, or in the society in which they live. Okay, people will go at all lengths. We have seen documentaries where girls would go to any length, okay, to make money through prostitution. Girls as young as 12, 13, 14 are actually involved in a ring of prostitution, and they actually sell their body for little or no coin, just because they want to feel like they belong among a certain class of people, or because they want to earn a keep. But there are other means you can earn a keep. Okay, selling your body has a huge impact, okay, not only physically but emotionally as well. Because as a prostitute, okay, I know sometimes people say, oh, prostitutes don't have any emotions. They do. They're human beings. They sit back and they relax, they reflect on what they're actually doing. They have to. Okay, as human beings, we are all emotional beings, especially for us women. But so they sit back and they reflect when they go, they do all these things, they engage in and or in the act, and they go back home. Do you think that they just slip it off? No, they don't. Sometimes they sit there. That's why prostitutes drink a lot, or some of them even, do drugs, because they're trying to, black out that activity. Because in their normal mind, they would reflect on what they've been doing, and that really hits home. And it not only has a knock-on effect, because then it's almost that they lose their identity. They slowly become, although they feel like, okay, I'm getting the money, I'm making the money I need to make, okay, but then I feel like an object. I can be used at any time at the beck and call of my clients, okay, because those are the thoughts, the thought process of prostitutes, most of them, if I should say so. A lot of people travel abroad because they know. Sometimes you have the madams, like we say, you have the madams in our community. It's very common in the African community, Cameroon, Nigeria, you name it, where people come, especially Italy. Italy is known for that because we've watched documentaries. Thanks, sis. Thanks, sis, Ima. We've watched documentaries where you see women traveling to Italy to prostitute. They know they are going to, to work as prostitute, but they do it regardless. Okay. And why do you think they do so? They do so because they feel like they want to make that money. And sometimes it's because a neighbor's daughter or son, it's in Europe or somewhere abroad, and sending money back home, and they see the way the neighbor's children are living, or the neighbor is living a better have a better lifestyle, and they think, okay, I must be like them. Okay, do you get it? I must be like them. And then they turn around, and the first opportunity that comes to them, if it's that prostitution route, they're just going to jump on it, because that very evil or unhealthy competition playing over in their head won't allow them or give them that space to make a rational thinking, to say, okay, no, must I do prostitution to make a living or improve the standard or a life or standard of living of my family? Okay, so they jump at the very first opportunity, and that's why you see them going to Italy, and you hear very nasty stories where some of them are raped and killed. Some their family members never even get the opportunity to see their dead bodies. Okay, so it's all based on unhealthy competition. My neighbor's child is abroad, I'm making money and sending to the parents, I'm going to do the same. So even if it means prostituting my body in Europe, is the only opportunity I get now, or the first opportunity that comes my way, I'm going to jump on it. And that has devastating consequences. So that's actually one of the ways in which people, or the activities that people are willing to embark on, just because they want to keep up with the Joneses, or keep up with their neighbors or their friends, or belong to a certain class of people in their community. And then the next thing, okay, that people are likely to do just because they want to impress others, or to maintain a certain standard of life compared to that of their friend. Yvette, welcome, my sweet baby sis. Welcome, darling. Happy Holy Week. I hope you're doing okay. I'm sure you've seen the title, Keeping Up with the Joneses. You must have watched I know there's a movie, also there's a movie about that, but it's a common English phrase, and it simply means trying all in your power to be like your neighbor or the person next to you. So competing, doing, breaking bones just to be like them. Okay. So the next thing that the next length at which people will go just to make sure they compete or challenge a friend or peer's economic status will be through overdraft. Through overdraft. For some of us who know about the whole banking system, back home or abroad, we know about overdraft or credit cards. Okay. So some people will go digging or applying for credit, okay, and going above their limit, way above the limit to which they can afford to repay the debt, or go through overdraft. So overdraft is literally an allowance that your bank will give you that you can use even if you don't have money, and pay it back. So some people will max theirs just because they want to keep up with the status, and end up in a very deep black economic hole. Okay, so if you guys, I know there was a time Hotbox was live, or I think she played a voice note where Kela, hi Ebe, hi darling, welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you Bisang in the building? Oh my God, the untouchable is here. Hi sisters, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Holy Week. I hope you're doing okay. Exactly, exactly. Go to get school fee loans because your neighbor's child is in Sacred Heart or PSS or St. Bates or Okoyong. You have to send your daughter or your son or Bishop Rogan, or your daughter or your son to those schools as well, regardless of your financial capability. And so you go to get a loan, or you sell your only land, the only inherited property that you may have had from your ancestors, just because you want to keep up with the Joneses, okay, with your neighbor. So we go and take these loans, and then we see people spiraling down the economic black hole because they are unable to pay the interest rates that accompany these loans. Ima is saying this is what most couples do nowadays. Just because, hold on, let me read that because it's disappearing. So I'll read it from my phone here. So my sis Ima is saying, this is what most couples do nowadays just because they want to have a big wedding and they spend their entire marital life trying to pay out loans. Exactly, sis. Exactly. Cut your coat according to your size. This, my particular friend, is my sis actually. Okay, my sis Ima. She's always fond of saying, she says, there's this saying, she says, she often says, she's like, Trocky like boxing by hand shot. I hope I'm saying it right, sis. She always says that to me. It's like, you know, when sometimes when we're having our conversation, just the two of us, and we talk about the things we would like to do, and we will laugh at it and say, oh, sis, you know, Trocky like boxing by hand shot. She always says that Trocky like boxing by hand shot. That's just to tell you that you would love to do certain things, but because you can't do it, that's fine. You have to acknowledge you can't do it. Okay. But like she said, people will want to I like that talk very badly. Exactly, Yvette Boko, my sis Ima, she always says that, and I always crack up when she says that. Trophy like boxing, very hand shot. So, you know, you don't have to go and people go and get those loans and get the credits and go into their overdraft, okay, just because they want to meet up a certain standard or status in society. But then failing to understand that those things, the banks are not stupid. Those creditors are not stupid. They put, you know, they actually put on huge amounts of interest on those credits. So what you end up doing is like you spend the rest of your life working and paying the interest and not even the loan itself. Okay, and you spend years and years and years in this deep financial hole, struggling to come out. It's almost like you're drowning in this financial hole, and that has a, you know, triple effect on your health, in your relationship with your friends, your partners, or your family members, because you feel like you've been trapped. Okay, you don't have any, you can't live. It's like you're living but you're dead, because people think, oh, you have all this money, but they don't know you're struggling trying to pay this money. It's like going round in circle just to try and pay this money. And why? Just because you want to compete with the person next to you. This is all caused by the healthy nature of competition that some of us actually carry with us. Okay. Right. And so we move to the next venture or activity, or things that people would easily do just to compete with their neighbor, will be true scamming. We all hear about scammers, okay? Online fraud, physical fraud, because scamming nowadays doesn't necessarily mean online only. You have people, it's almost like it's happened to so many people that I know, that I ask myself sometimes if that can actually happen to me. And some people say, oh, you're hypnotized when people come to talk to you, they have to con you out of money. Okay, so not only online, it happens in physicality. People are there talking to you and convincing you, and you actually give out all your money. And these scammers are doing this. Most of these scammers do this not because they want to invest. If you want to really be honest with me, most of the scammers, a lot of them, they make all this money and you can't even see the tangible business businesses that they invest in it. Okay, they just want to live this lavish lifestyle. They want to feel like they're important in society. Okay, they also want to for their name to be mentioned around when they drive around in their scammed car that they've probably extorted money from people and bought. They want to be known, and people do notice them. But at what cost? At what cost do you have to lose your life or your peace of mind because you want to pepper people? I tell you guys, the example will be this guy, Hushpuppi. I don't know if you guys know about Hushpuppi, this Nigerian socialite guy who is now actually in prison in the States. Okay. Oh, so hi, Be Positive. Welcome, darling. Welcome. Happy Holy Week. I hope you're doing okay. So it's like Ebe is saying something. Ebe is saying something here. Let me see what Ebe is saying. So Ebe is saying, absolutely, that hypnosis almost got me in Kumba just because I took a bike. I still recall that fateful day. Wow. Tell us a little bit, sis, about that hypnotism. Tell us, because I struggle sometimes to understand how all this hypnotism happens, because I'm thinking you're actually alive. Normally I know all this hypnotism happen when people are like zen and they're doing all the thing in front of you, and your mind, you're within your confine of your home, or in a zen and serene place. But then I struggle to understand how that can happen when you're just walking on the road and you see somebody and talk to them and they convince you to give everything you have on you. I just struggle to understand that. But this is what the scammers do. The scammers are fond of sweet talking you and making you release funds to them. And many a times, please like the video. Thanks. Tell them, FGO, tell them, thank you so much. Please like the video. So a lot of them, they con people out of money just because they want to make a name of themselves. I said about the story of Hushpuppi. I don't know if anyone watching me now knows about the Hushpuppi story. So he was supposedly working as that's the job, this guy's job he was using. I think it was a property developer or something like that. But then he's now actually serving time in a prison in the States. Exactly. Be Positive knows about him. Good. So he's spending time because apparently he was living a lavish lifestyle. This guy was flaunting his wealth on Instagram like no one's business. And people were wondering where he was getting his money from. And you have young boys and girls who wanted to be like him, right? Who wanted to be like Hushpuppi. But because we don't know how people get their wealth, we are trying to be like them without even knowing. It's only after he was arrested that we found out that they've been running a ring of scammers where they go and they fraud the I don't know if the social security system in the state, and they take funds from people's social security numbers and all whatnot, allegedly. And you have to use this word allegedly because you don't want to so but now he's serving term in a US jail. Okay, and all this is because he wanted a certain status in society. Okay, he was probably enjoying people like Dangote, and he wanted to be like a billionaire. He wanted to be like a billionaire and live like those people, and be respected like those people. So he wanted to do anything in his power to be like them. And look at where that landed him. Jail. Like I said, it never ends well with these people who are embarking or engaging in unhealthy competition. It never ends well. Never ends well. Right. Brenda, my figure 8. Hello, darling. Welcome to the Bella House. If you're new, please remember to subscribe and like and share. And don't forget to turn your notification bell on so whenever I'm on live, you will not miss a thing. Okay. And for my returning subscribers, I'm always loyal. I thank you all for your continuous support. Brenda, my figure 8. Yes, Ayob Bison is saying the issue was he was using the stolen money to rub in people's face, but where is he today? Exactly, Ayob Bison. That's what I'm saying. He was flaunting it. That's why I said people would, when people like they said, Bamileke people always say money doesn't make any noise. Money doesn't make noise. put up for pigeons. This was no my answer fine. Money no they make noise. Okay. So when you see somebody flaunting wealth carelessly like that, you start questioning. But for people who are so caught up in this, greed and very unappreciative of things, they will want to just look at the world in front of them, what they're flaunting in front of them, not questioning it. Okay. And because they're not questioning it, they think it's easy to get there and they want to do everything to be like them because they feel like, oh, look at the attention they're getting. Look at all the luxury goods and luxury lifestyle they're living. And so I want to be like them. So whatever opportunity comes their way, they're going to do the same. So if they were going to show them that if you join this scamming ring, you would make such money, they would jump on board. And that's what happens. It lands you in jail when you're caught. 99 days for a thief, 1 day for the owner. And look at him. Where is he now? And where are the shoes? Where are the clothes? Where are all the friends that he used to have? They will desert him. They're all going to desert him because he's no longer going to be that rich billionaire anymore. So it was a short-lived glory. Okay. Why? Just because of unhealthy competition. Keeping up with the Joneses. How often do you see Dangote flaunting Gucci's and Louis Vuitton's left, center, backwards on social media? How often do you see Richard Branson flaunting his world left, center, backwards on social media? But then suddenly you see this young person on social media, they appear from nowhere and they're showing you how they live on gold-plated beds, they eat gold-plated burgers, fly private jets here and there, and we're clapping without knowing or questioning where that source of income is coming from. We have to be very careful. That's unhealthy competition always lands us in trouble. It's very important for us to remember that. And if, oh my God, Ebe is saying, and he's forgot to help his poor parents. Please don't tell me that, Ebe, because that's going to be really, really sad. It's going to be so sad to think that that's what, it's funny because I just mentioned that a lot of these scammers, they don't invest the money. When you work hard for money and earn that money, the way you spend it respectfully. But if you haven't worked hard or if you haven't earned that money, you will spend it carelessly without thinking twice. And that's what happens with scammers. That's literally what happens. It's like they're living day by day and squandering everything so they can cash in 20 million CFA. And they're going to grind it in 1 day, 1 or 2 days. They invite all the girlfriends from every nook and cranny and say, come, let's brush this money, because they know it's not from their, they haven't broken a sweat. They haven't broken a sweat at all. And that's why they can spend that money as they so please. Okay. And that's why when I say people complain back home, when you go home and you're being careful how much you spend, you give your neighbor 5,000 or 2,000 to buy or salt or oil, and you have other bushfallers spending hundreds of thousands of CFA francs in off license, and they're saying to you, oh, you be stingy bushfaller. Yes, I agree, I be stingy bushfaller. And I know my money, how it concern you. So don't feel bad, because you know where your money is coming from. You don't know where those people are getting their money from. They don't know. So whatever people say doesn't really matter when it comes to your pocket. Because if you think so much about it, that's when you start, nursing the idea of unhealthy competition in your mind, because you want to please people. The opinion of people counts a lot about monies. No, sew your coat according to your size. Like my sister said, Chucky like for box, Betty hand is short. So that's hush puppy, in a US jail. Right. So then that moves us to the next thing that people will do, all in their power, to actually match up with those beside them or those amongst them, or among their peers. That's human trafficking. Human trafficking is one of those things that people will do because they want to make money at all costs. People sell adults or kids for monies. People sell human parts just to make money and earn a title in society and be like Mr. Chinedu or Mr. Opab Niba somewhere. Keeping it real, I see you, my radical princess. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, So people will do anything in their power. They will traffic people, be it adults, be it kids. They will traffic them. We've watched documentaries over and over of human trafficking, body parts, people missing, and then you find them, you know, the dead body somewhere, and they're missing the vital organs. You see people actually, there was a story some in a part of Africa, I don't want to name it, where a woman will normally, you know, get pregnant, and somebody's paying her to get pregnant and then sell off the baby. Get pregnant, sell off the baby. Get pregnant and sell off the baby. Trafficking the poor innocent souls. We don't even know where they're going, if they're going to even survive. But just because that person wants to make money, and you see them carrying the baby gele on their head, they're the ones taking the first seat in church. Now they go straight for front church seat. They will be the ones carrying their hand the highest and praying. You know, those people, they're the highest people who do that. Okay, both men and women. Now then go to sing hallelujah choir, the highest, you know, but they're trafficking their own, you know, offsprings, and also other people's children. There was this story which actually caught my attention not too long ago. I think it was BBC that was showing that program. And there was this lady who was actually whose kidneys were trafficked without her even knowing. I think she went to work in Bahrain or one of these Asian or Middle Eastern countries. Okay, and she fell ill at one point, and her, you know, her masters, as they call them, took her and said they were taking her to the hospital to make sure she was, you know, looked upon, have a further medical investigation to make sure she was okay. Because usually they don't, you know, they would not give them that freedom to just go by themselves because they worry that they're going to run away. We know how those domestic slave work is in this country. We heard about Kuwait and the rest. So it's almost similar. So she was a domestic servant. So the owners, unbeknown to her, the owners were taking her to a clinic so they could harvest her kidneys. Okay. So this woman poor lady was sedated. So sedate, I mean, you guys know when I say sedated, is put her, you know, when they give you like sleeping pills, yeah, you're unconscious. And they operated upon her. Hi, Belly, welcome, darling. And she was operated upon, and her both kidneys were removed. She only woke up when she regained consciousness. She woke up and realized that she's been cut open and she's been stitched, and she was under so much pain. And she asked what's happened. They said to her, oh no, you'll be fine. They just, you know, it's just a normal procedure, you'll be fine. It's like in a week later, she literally lost her mobility. She had nerve issues at the moment. The family were lucky enough to struggle and get her back to Nigeria. I think it was from Nigeria that this incident happened. And if you see this lady now, beautiful lady, she was the only supportive member in the family. And she's like that, shaking, and she can't even walk. And that's the pressure we put on ourselves, because we must go to Europe. We think we only have to make it if we go abroad. If you say to someone, they think, oh yeah, because you've been there, you don't want others to come. If you have the opportunity to come legally and do something that is going to be safe and help your family, good and fine, do it. Okay, but then if you don't even know where you're going, you don't even know, they just say to you housekeeping or house gear or, you know, babysitter, you know, you have to be very careful. Okay, just because A's daughter or A's son has gone to be a boy somewhere and send money back home 1 or 2 times, and the family is not, the mommy is, and the mother is now tying 2 wrapper, you think, okay, I'm going to go to, because I need to make this money. I need to make money like them. I need to be like a Niba. I need to be like Manka. I need to be like Siru. All those things, you have to get them because they've done it. I must do it. So I'm going to go anyway. Okay. How many times have we heard programs about this Kuwait and domestic workers? Please don't go. Please don't go. It's a trap. It's this and that. Yet we still see so many people going. I have my baby sister who did that. I was in tears when I heard she was in Kuwait. She called me because she knew I would never allow that happen. And she called me when she was already there. I wept. I wept. I'm not saying everybody who is in Kuwait is going through what, but when you hear about those domestic servants and what they go through, the ones from Africa, you will panic when your person is saying, I'm going to work as a domestic work. I'm going to travel to Kuwait or these countries, the Middle Eastern countries, as a domestic worker. You panic. Okay, and that's just because you think you want to fall bush. I want fall bush too. I want more fall bush too. I want enter, big bird fly. I want more fall bush too. I mean, I'm coming to say bush faller. You want to be a bush faller. You want to fall in the association of Cameroonian or Bamenda bush fallers. So you must go, and then you end up losing both kidneys, or you end up even in the body bag killed, or your parents, your family doesn't even see your dead body. Okay. So before I even continue, let me just, while we have a good number of people in the house, I just have to talk about this nice product that's actually with us now. So we are talking about the Bridget Benjamin Natural Remedy. If you haven't heard about it, for all my sisters who are suffering from fibroids, who have issues with their menstrual period, the cycle, or who are actually struggling to conceive, this is a remedy that has come to help you guys. Okay, I know for us women, especially those who really want a family, I know how much it means to us. So if you can see something that will facilitate that, why don't you try it? Okay, people have tried it and it's been a testament. People have actually seen the result. Okay, just for taking it 1 or 2 days, especially for those who have menstrual period, the pain. Some people, I know of one of my friends, whenever she's on her period, she gets so pale, she's admitted to hospital because of all the complications that go with it. This natural remedy from Bridget Benjamin will help you a lot. So contact her on Facebook, or you can reach me and I'll direct you to her so you can get your own tea. And she's doing a promotion at the moment where you get a good discount if you get 2 bags of her natural remedy. And then secondly will be the Magic Skincare from our Radical Princess Tyra. You all have seen her from her skin. Just herself, she's the promotion, the marketing already herself, okay? It's an amazing skin product. Please try her out. You will not regret it. No knuckles. You're going to look as beautiful and flawless like myself, with or without any blemish. So check out Magic Skincare from Princess Tyra, and you will, live to thank her for that. So contact Princess Tyra on Facebook, or if you can't reach her, you hit me up and I can link you to her and you can get your purchase. So thank you guys very much. As we'll continue, because I'm going to read some comments, because I see some comments coming down under there. Hi, Pascalimanka. That's my baby. Hi, darling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Belly. I see you. You're not late. You're not late. Beng Shu, welcome. That's a new name. Hi, darling. Welcome to the Bella House. I hope you enjoy your time here. I really do. Please feel free. We are here to tap on each other's knowledge, or a fountain of knowledge. So everybody's contribution is much appreciated and welcome. Right. So let's continue. Let's look at the other ways at which people will go, the lengths at which people will go to just want to compete with their neighbor or friends. So the next one will be true black magic. Black magic, cultism, or voodooism. Hi, Nan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please like the video as you come in and share if possible and invite more people. So we hear about cults, we hear about Ngomba houses, we hear about, voodoo and all these things. People, like I said, they will go to all lengths to make money and compete, or want to make a name or title in society. They are ready to put their hands in an unexplained pot just because they want to earn money. So my sister Ima just told me recently of a story of 2 boys somewhere in Cameroon. Excuse me. Sorry guys, if you're just joining now, I'm sipping on a glass of champagne because it's my brother-in-law's birthday. So permit me to enjoy myself today. Join me to celebrate him and wish him a happy birthday and many happy return. So people will go to all lengths, dip their hand in black magic just because they want to make a name for themselves. My sister just told me about this story. I don't know if you've read or come across it, where 2 boys or teenage boys were actually arrested for attempted robbery. Okay, and they were lucky because they escaped mob justice. Hey, happy birthday, Uncle Silas from Belly. I'll pass it on, Belly. I'll pass it on. So these young boys, they were actually caught. And so after thorough investigation, they confessed that they were going to steal because they needed money to buy certain items for a ritual that they've been requested to do by some baba somewhere. I'll keep you some cake now. Auntie Titi! Auntie Titi is here. Welcome, Auntie Titi. I miss you so much, Auntie Titi. Welcome. So, what happened is, let me just see this when she comes up. Just a moment, guys. I just need to do this. Okay. Yeah, so when these boys were arrested and investigated, they actually confessed that they went to steal because they needed to buy certain items that were for a ritual that they've been requested to do, or by some baba somewhere. Okay. So they further went to state that the baba had promised them that he was going to give them 40 million francs CFA each. I think the oldest was 14 years of age, I think, among these guys. So they were going to give each and every one of them 14 million francs each, CFA each, but they were only going to be rich or up to, I think it was up to the age of maybe, they're only going to make this money within, I don't know if it was 20 years. So they were going to be dead within 20 years, so to speak. And can you see how unhealthy competition has actually influenced the decision of these little boys, these young boys? Because they don't even care that they're going to die. If truly that's what happens, okay, when it comes to all this cultism, voodooism, and black magic, some people believe in it. Personally, I question it a lot. I challenge it a lot. My friends know that about me. Okay. But for those who believe in it, if that's the case, these boys have literally signed away their life, literally, to say, I want to be a millionaire, a young millionaire, because you know how those young millionaires are, right? Coming out, bringing their cars, opening the doors, blasting loud music, and people saying, yes, oh, they don't come. Oh, yes, this panel has arrived, this, and that. So they want to make this money at all cost. And that's just because they're looking at their other brothers who are probably scammers as well, making this money, and they want to be like them. At what age? How many 14-year-olds do you hear making millions like that? That's the question that they should be asking themselves. But of course, they're not going to do that because they will do anything in their power to become millionaires. Everything in their power to become millionaires. Okay, it doesn't matter if they will live and enjoy that money just for 2 years. They've made a name for themselves. They are like the neighbor, they are like Tay, or they are like the Onji, or they are like Ndo, or they are like the other ones. Okay, that's just because they want to be like them. They're ready to die. That's what I mean by keeping up with the Joneses. So the other family, the Joneses family there, you want to be like them. So you will do anything. You don't even know what it is they've done to get to where they are. But it doesn't matter what you do, you want to get to where they are. Okay. Yeah, people should go and grab my Russian bomb. Where is she? People should go and grab my Russian bomb, or go and grab her, my backbone. Bring her. Where is she? Where have they all gone? I know Ayobison is here in the background somewhere. So this is people embarking on Voodooism and cultism just to make a name and earn money. At what cost? And look at the young boys now. They're going to lose so many years of their life behind bars because they've been caught. Right. So that's not, they failed in their scheme of wanting to get rich, but they've also actually lost a huge part of their life because they're going to serve time behind bars. I hope while they're there in solitary confinement, they will think it through and come out better persons and make sure they don't make same mistakes again, because it doesn't come so easily. So very, very few people are lucky or blessed in this life to make it so easily. You have to work to earn it. This goes to the youngsters especially. You have to work to earn it. It doesn't just come overnight. And how many young billionaires or millionaires do you see out there? You have to have worked and earned your, your place in society. Auntie Titi, tell Juicy, tell Juicy and G-Spot, where are they? Okay, so that's one area in which I would think that somebody will do, just to make sure they are keeping up in with the competition among themselves, or the neighbors or the friends, or people around them. Another thing will be blackmailing. Blackmail. People blackmail a lot because they turn left and turn right. They want to live a certain life and they can't make that money. They use blackmail as their excuse to make money. We all heard about Tiwa Savage, how this person tried to blackmail her through her nudity to get money from her. Why do you think they blackmailed her? Because they wanted to make huge sum of money from that, right? And there's so many. We can see in our 2-3 community, we see the amount of blackmail that is going on here. Blackmail is something that people are just taking it so lightly, but it has a drastic impact in people's lives. Diva need help? Welcome, darling. Greetings, Americana English men and women. Diva need help, please. You are crazy, I'm telling you. Welcome, darling. Welcome. What does a 14-year-old need that kind of money? Exactly, Belly. That's the question. Why do they think they need 40 million? What do they even know? They can barely count their fingers. And now they are counting, they want to count 40 million. But that's the sad reality. Exactly, Yvette. Exactly. Blackmail. People are blackmailed. We see how people are paid to insult others. People are paid to insult others. Same crayfish where they say, in no fit ever. You don't support. Okay, you don't support. How can you say you don't support when side chicks or when people are actually trying to ruin marriages of others? The marriages of others. And then you come again and you're paid to actually back up a side chick who is trying to take somebody's husband and ruin somebody's home. I don't get it. Blackmail is something that we need to stamp out of our community because it's getting out of hand. And some people are using it. We heard when Hotbox had her show where this lady is trying to blackmail a priest. Allegedly, she's had an affair with the priest. And because she's trying to keep this standard or this status among her classmates, they are in this group, our alma mater ex-student association. People know me as Mrs. This, Mrs. McCoge, Mrs. Tesla or Porsche car 4x4, because my friend has a 4x4, is driving in a Range Rover. I need to drive a Range Rover as well. Oh, I can't. My salary doesn't allow me to drive a Range Rover. So actually, let me contact Father so and so because he knows our secrets. I'm going to tell him if he doesn't give me this money, I will call him out. And we heard it, Hotbox's voice. Okay, this is Hotbox's voice. People blackmailing just because they want to maintain a certain status among their group of friends. Why? We are all different. Cut your coat according to your size. A person pass you, carry Kenja. Person pass you, carry Kenja. JJ, oya waka go. You must not want to match up with them. Okay? You must not want to match up with them. It's very important that we realize that. Yvette, Yvette said, I cover my brother with the blood of Jesus from Kela types Sir, no mio. Yeah, you need to cover them. You need to cover your reverend brother, the priest. You need to cover blackmail from the yeah. And Nancy saying yes, or auntie, according to your material too. Exactly. Yeah, of course. Of course. That's what happens. That's what happened. People try to keep up with status. You know, you put out this fake persona and you have to maintain it. Because if you don't, people are going to laugh at you, Kayla, because you know you're driving a 2022 Porsche or Tesla, what you call it. You want a Dior bag for £3,000. Why do you want a £3,000 Dior bag if you cannot afford it? You're asking some other person to buy it for you. And this person is telling you my credit limit barely reaches the amount of that bag you're requesting me. Asking, what is wrong with some of us ladies saying? Why can't we cut our coats according to our size? Please like the video, please. As you come in, don't forget to like the video, Let's cut our coats according to our size. So let's stop all the blackmail. Let's live by our means and not trying to impress others and encouraging blackmail. Because trust me, if I were I don't even know why people pay money, blackmailers. Because personally, I would not. I wouldn't pay a blackmailer. I wouldn't. Exactly, Ayobi-san. Comparison, that's what's killing them. International boss lady, welcome, sis. Welcome, darling, welcome. Okay, comparison nowadays is dangerous. Comparing a lot. You want 3,000 back for Dior back. Why you want 3,000 Dior back? Can you not just go to Primark, and get a nice, beautiful bag? Who cares what you're carrying in that bag, as long as that bag can contain the items that you need to carry in it? Exactly. If you keep paying, you will have to pay the blackmailer for the rest of your life. Personally, I will not pay a blackmailer. Happy Easter Friday, sis. Happy Easter Friday to you. I won't. Because what's the guarantee they're not going to, carry on? From experience, we have seen how blackmailers, they go on and on and on and on. You pay once, you pay again, you keep paying. So just allow them to put whatever they want to put out. Or better still, put it yourself, as some clever people do, victims do. They put out the information, and bypass those blackmailers. Kelly Makochi, welcome, sisters. Welcome. Oh, your first time seeing me live. Oh, really? I'm surprised. I hope you enjoy your time here with us, sis. I hope you do. Welcome to your first live show. And my third, I think, directly. I've done a few live shows though. So yes, stop comparing. So your quote according to your size. Stop comparing. When we go to these associations, all these external associations, be Batans, be Sabesan, be Shesan, be Lessons, being Sekarets, being Pemexans, whatever, or Koyong, Opsa, Udiana, Opsa, the rain now. When you go there, you're going there to do networking. You're not going there to see Ayobison Wolam, which kind back Ayobison wearing, which kind moto Ayobison drive Kamutam. That's not what you're going to see. You're going there to see and listen, interact with your classmates, your ex-classmates, and see what they're doing in life, how they can help you to improve yourself, better yourself. That's why we have this ex-student association, to network, to connect, and better ourselves together, uplift each other. But some people go there because they want to see or compare with others and see where they are with life. Because you see Bella carrying a Dior bag, you want to also carry a Dior bag. No, you don't know how Bella gets her money. I could be prostituting for all you know. Okay? And you want to also go blackmail people? No. Just sew your coat according to your size. And by the way, prostitution is the last thing that I would ever do. No, not in my dreams. That's just an example I'm giving. Mona had no coat. Mona had no coat. But people, the comparison, we need to stop. We need to stop it, to blackmail people just because we are comparing and we have to meet with a certain facade. No, not at all. Not at all good. So we need to stop doing that. Then let's talk about, oh, goodness me. We talk about stretching your financial means. Okay. When I talk about this, I think about people who live above their means, like, okay, like postcode. There's this the postcode, you have to live in a certain postcode. Just because people who live in that certain postcode are looked on differently. Like for us, for example, the Hamptons. People who live around the Hamptons, or same in America, I think in the Hamptons are the posh generation that you carry your tumutende fujeje. You're coming from Africa. You don't even know what tomorrow holds for you. But you want to go and live in the Hamptons because you want to pepe dengang. Juicy, you're late. I'm almost running off. Hi, sis. Welcome. Oh, you're late. I'm almost running off. Who's I did busybody? I'm sure you're busy, sis. I understand. I understand you guys are so busy. I understand you're so busy. So yes, people want to go and live in certain postcode because they want to keep up with the Joneses. They want to also feel like they belong. And so you're struggling to make ends meet, yet you're stretching your financial boundaries. You are staying in a postcode that you can barely afford. And the next minute, you're seeing yourself struggling to pay the rent. This has become like the video. Struggling to pay the rent. And for those who are actually living with their partners, some of them actually push or force their partners to actually move, for both of them to move and live in this postcode just because they want to feel like they belong to this certain class of people. Okay. And then you're struggling. And when you start struggling financially, what happens? It sets a strain in your relationship. It sets a strain in your relationship. Oh, it's okay. I understand, Juicy. I know. Oh dear, Ashia, Mama, Ashia. Don't worry, you can catch up later. I understand, sis. I understand. Just pulling your leg. So don't do that. Don't live in a postcode because you have to impress somebody. Live where your means allow you to. Don't overstretch yourself. Don't do it. Just live by your means. Whatever you're able to, to stretch or survive on, just go by it. Stop thinking so much about what people are saying or what people think of you. Stop thinking so much about belonging to a certain class of people. It's just a title, for goodness sake. I made a post not too long ago. I said, all these things or names, these names we are trying to uphold in society or among our group of friends, all these names we're trying to uphold, it's just meaningless. There's no point to it, trying to make this name for yourself, especially when it's very unhealthy, okay? Because it's just a name. It will disappear when you die, I said, okay? It disappears. When we die, in death, we are hardly referred to as bring Annabelle, bring Bella or bring Juicy or bring Ayobi song, all those things. They won't say that. It was more like bring the body, take the body to the graveyard, lower the body down in the graveyard, remove the body from the mortuary. The body is the body is the body. So that name, Mrs. Billionaire, Mr. Billionaire, Anti-Billionaire, it doesn't exist anymore when you're gone. So why would you risk it all? Why would you risk it all for a name that you won't even take it with you to the grave? Why? Why would you do that? Okay, so this brings us to the end of our show, where I'm saying competition is very good. Healthy competition is necessary, is needed. It's needed. Juicy. Send me the postcode, sis. Send me postcode. I'll post it straight away. It's coming your way. Thank you so much. Thank you. So healthy competition is so good because it brings the best out of us. We want to be the best version. And when somebody is trying to do a healthy competition, they will ask the necessary questions. Sis, how did you get to this place? Can you help me get to this place? They will want to find out genuinely how people, have managed to improve on themselves. Yeah. I don't care whether show don't finish. Yeah, it's okay. Bless you, Tracy. Thanks, sisters. Some people don't know that. Let me read it. There's something that Divinity Help Place has actually posted there. Let me read what my darling Divinity Help has posted. Divinity Help says, some people don't know that. Oh, sometimes I wonder if the way people carry their self, they like they will live forever. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just a name. When you die, I'm going to sip on my champagne, guys, because I'm celebrating my brother-in-law. When you die, you're referred to as a body. That's it. So, healthy competition, ask those necessary questions, ask for help. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Network with an open mind and a friendly mind, not a jealous mind, because unhealthy competition only it's going to sow a seed of jealousy in you. Okay. Unhealthy competition would sow a seed of jealousy. Hi, Bella Gabi. Welcome, darling. Welcome, welcome. You're just joining us when we're trying to conclude, but welcome. It's really good to see you. Don't forget to like the video. So when you are actually involved in unhealthy competition, is when you find out that you're nursing seeds of jealousy inside of you, and that's the recipe for self-destruction. It's a recipe for self-destruction. Remember that. A recipe for self-destruction. You're not destroying anybody. It's not going to affect the person around you. And even if it does, the most person who is going to feel the greatest loss is you, yourself, because it was you who made that conscious decision to embark on an unhealthy competition with others. Oh, it's all right, Bella. It's all right. So please, 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 let's remember, I will leave you guys with this popular phrase that my sister always says, "Chucky like for box by hand short." If your hand short, take an as a day. Don't go to extend it, because when you go to extend it, that's when the trouble sets in. Okay. Remember, compete, but let the competition be coming from a healthy place, a happy place, a goodwill place. Because if you don't do so, you're opening yourself to self-destruction. And on that note, I think we're going to conclude today by saying I thank you all so much, my lovely, lovely family, for joining me on this, actually doing this beautiful topic, because I really like that. It's actually a holy period. It's a holy week. And I think it's a good topic to talk about. Okay. Don't live your life to you want to impress others. No, 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 no. You're setting yourself for failure. Just do you, and everything will fall in place. So thanks everybody for joining me. I hope to see you on my next video. Let me just give a shout out to all my beautiful family members who actually joined me today. And for those who are unable to join me, please feel free to watch the video on replay later on and drop your comments as always. So I'm just going to give a shout out. Come on now. Right, I'll give a shout out to Ebe, my sweetheart. Thank you so much. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Welcome, welcome, darling. Thank you so much for joining us today. Belly, welcome. Thank you for joining, darling. Manka, Pass, welcome. Thank you for joining. Bengshu, thanks for joining. Everybody who's actually stayed to the end. Yvette Moko, my sweet baby sis, my #1 supporter. Thank you so much, darling, for staying. I know you're very busy as well. Nancy, thank you so much, darling, for joining today. Auntie Titi, the bestest auntie of all. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. If you need help, please. Thanks, darling. Thanks, sisters, for joining today. I appreciate you and I appreciate all your contribution. Really, really thank you. International Boss Lady, please, guys. I don't know, Boss Lady. I think Boss Lady needs to get to 1,000, please. Check out International Boss Lady channel. She's a woman of God. She has really educative programs or topics as well. Go subscribe, guys. Share her page so she can hit her 1,000K and get her monetization. I think she's had lots of hours, but no subscription. I have subscription and no watch hours. So let's keep supporting each other, please. Ayok Bisong, the unshakable, untouchable, the one and only, the most searched after human being in YouTube 237 YouTube Street. Thank you, sisters, for creating the time to be here today. Kelly Makochi, Thank you so much for joining your first live stream with me, Bella. You're welcome, sis. I hope you enjoyed it. I know you came in a bit late, but please try and watch the whole video if you can. That will be good. Juicy, Juicy, my number one supporter, my backbone sisters. Thank you so much. I know you had a busy and hectic day. You still made it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you so, so much for doing that. Bella Gabi, my name. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed the few minutes with us. And please try and watch the video. It's very nice, very informative. So thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you all. Most Beautiful was here as well. So Most Beautiful, I thank you, darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you so, so, so much. And Pretty, thank you so much, all of you, for watching me today. I really, really, really appreciate you. So I'm going to wish you all a very happy Easter in advance, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon on our next live video. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night, Auntie Titi. Good night. Good night, all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.